Hi, how are you all? If you don't know me, my name is Mariana Mora, and today I'm going to talk the most important features and things you have to know before going into Madrid. So first, we're gonna review its main characteristics, such as geographic location, important sports, gastronomy, and touristic places. These are main things you have to know because, it's culture. So let's start. I'm gonna be your touristic guide today. So first, geographic location. The city of Madrid is the central area of the Iberian Peninsula, a few kilometers north of Cerro de Los Angeles, its geographic center. The coordinates of the city are 40 degrees 30 N, 3 degrees 40 west, and its average height above sea level is 667 meters approximately, making one of the highest capitals in Europe. Do you think so? So, the city is also located a few kilometers from the Sierra de Guadarrama and is hydrographically located in the Tagus Basin. Now, let's talk about some important sports. Also, it's an important thing you have to know before. But it's, without a doubt, it's football. Soccer is the king of sports in Spain. Not only it's fervently followed, with an audience of about 457,000 viewers per game, but it's also highly practiced. And also other popular sports activities include basketball, tennis, cycling, judo, water sports, rhythmic gymnastics, golf, bullfighting, and skiing. But football is the most important, it's the most played, and the one men and women loves the most. Now, let's talk about gastronomy. Also, you have to know about gastronomy because their food is an important characteristic of their culture and is also delicious, and you have to know. So, the gastronomy of Madrid originates from the culinary customs of La Mancha, influenced by ingredients from Ale Andalus cuisine, and the main ingredients of the gastronomy of Madrid, the ones that are used the most and the people must buy, are the olive and borriquero tuberose. The typical smell of Madrid gastronomy is of frying in vegetable oil. That's the one. Also, they used a lot of vegetables in their foods and also a lot of color, so it looks pretty well. And also, some of the main dishes in Madrid are the Spanish tortilla, the Madrid stew, gallinejas, Madrid-style sibrim, churros, etc. Now we're going to talk about touristic places. It's also important to know them because if you're going to go to Madrid, you have to know which places you're going to visit. It's important to know, so let's see a lot of them. The Spanish capital also is so attractive for many tourists, so some places you can visit if you are in Madrid are Museo Reina Sofía, it's one of the most visited museums in Madrid, Temple of Devot, Plaza de Cibeles, Puerta del Sol, etc. Also, you can go to some other main streets, markets, squares, or just go around the city taking a lot of pictures while enjoying the environment around you. Really, it's really pretty. Also, it's really cultural. It has a lot of history behind. Also, the people in Madrid is so kind, is so warm, so you are going to feel comfortable over there. Now, as a group, we are making this film. We have an opinion about this cultural research, and I'm gonna say it for you. So, our group opinion is that we have socialized the research about Madrid, and our opinion about this is that the culture this city has is so important to understand costumes, dishes, sports, traditions, beliefs, etc., everything they have. And as we all know, most of the Latin cultures come from Spain, having an important participation in all we know in this side of the world. And taking in account that Madrid is the capital, it gathers all Spanish traditions and culture in one place. And it looks so fresh and extremely beautiful. So for us, this research was very interesting and we'd like to know more about this beautiful city. It doesn't matter that we are Colombian, we also love so much the Spanish culture and we have so much of its characteristics, so it just improved our knowledge and it's so important to know for us. Now we're gonna give a conclusion to close this part of the topic. And so, in conclusion, Madrid has a lot of interesting things to know about. It has made great contributions to the world in many ways, and it has a lot of variety in its culture and people. Also, they are used to be so happy and relaxed, so are they in everything they do, and it will be a great place to visit and explore. Now, that's it for this research. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you have learned so many characteristics for Madrid. If you want to visit someday, it's a great place to visit, so reserve your ticket and you can go whenever you want. So thank you all for listening to this part. Bye bye, take care, and thank you.
Hola compañeros, ¿cómo están? Espero que muy bien. Hoy con mi compañera Gabriela Correa vamos a introducir la materia de educación en la fe. El tema a tratar es sobre quiénes fueron los claretianos y su misión en Madrid. Comencemos. ¿Quiénes fueron los claretianos? Los claretianos son personas que siguen el legado, misión y enseñanzas de San Antonio María Claret, promoviendo su palabra y valores alrededor del mundo. Las personas de Claret en todo el mundo tienen la misión firme de cambiar la vida de las personas. Los claretianos llevan mensajes de esperanza, amor y justicia directamente a las personas que lo necesitan desesperadamente. Ahora, ¿cuál fue la misión de los claretianos en Madrid? La misión de los claretianos fue despertar y acompañar a la sociedad con el espíritu misionero de justicia y de solidaridad universal propio de la Iglesia y de nuestro carisma que sostenga y exprese nuestro compromiso con la vida. Invitan a pensar en los discípulos de Jesús, el predicador del Evangelio. Quieren ser discípulos de Jesucristo a la manera de Claret, anhelando que el mundo sea cada vez como el reino de Dios. Los misioneros claretianos en Madrid establecen que una de sus áreas apostólicas es realizar un diálogo con las distintas culturas, religiones, tradiciones y búsquedas del sentido. A continuación mi compañera va a dar la opinión grupal y la conclusión de este tema.
Opinión grupal. Hemos socializado en el grupo la misión de los claretianos en Madrid y nuestra opinión sobre el tema es que ellos tienen un rol muy importante en la iglesia y en la educación de Madrid, ya que han tenido muchas misiones y buenas acciones que reconocer. Estamos muy interesadas en la historia de nuestro colegio y este trabajo nos hizo aprender más acerca de esto porque no sabíamos mucho acerca de la historia de Claret y es un tema muy interesante. Conclusión. En conclusión, los claretianos son buenas personas que tratan de esparcir amor de Jesús alrededor del mundo. Además, el colegio tiene historias muy interesantes de cómo ha ido creciendo poco a poco y nos damos cuenta de que la misión de esta gente es importante, no solo para los españoles, quienes comenzaron este proceso, sino también para el resto del mundo que quiere aprender sobre el amor hacia Jesús.
¿Quiénes son los claretianos? Los claretianos son personas que siguen el legado, misión y enseñanza de San Antonio María Claret, promoviendo su enseñanza y valores alrededor de todo el mundo. Los claretianos llevan mensaje de esperanza, justicia, amor directamente a las personas que más lo necesitan.
Ahora voy a explicar yo un poco sobre cuál fue la misión de los claretianos en contra de la esclavitud. En Madrid también existía la esclavitud. La mayoría de los esclavos eran domésticos, por lo que las respuestas debían ser por fuera individuales, a diferencia de en América, donde se produjeron revueltas y abundaban los cimarrones. La mayoría de los esclavos provenían de América. Su aporte quedó como legado en su historia y como un reconocimiento bastante grande en su vida. Claret decidió unirse a la lucha en contra de la esclavitud en Madrid y España en general, y dio un discurso: gobernar colonias, administrar almas, donde dio a conocer los horribles sucesos que se habían presentado debido a la esclavitud, haciendo a todos reflexionar y aportar algo a la situación.
Ahora nuestra opinión grupal. Hemos socializado con el grupo y pensamos que los claretianos y Claret han tenido un rol muy importante en la finalización de la esclavitud. Gracias a sus recursos y acciones fueron muy motivadores para las personas que estaban en ese tiempo esclavizadas, y pensamos que se hizo bastante bien, además de que Claret ha tenido una historia ejemplar y ayudó a muchos en su tiempo.
Ahora daré una conclusión del tema. En conclusión, Claret ha tenido historias sobre cómo ha ayudado a otros con diferentes cosas, ya sea a través de la iglesia o en persona. Pero sin duda la ayuda que dio a la abolición de la esclavitud en Madrid fue muy importante y significativa en su historia. Los claretianos también están continuando con su legado y están promoviendo la paz y la enseñanza de Jesús por todas partes, como Claret lo hacía. Y si se llegara a presentar de nuevo una situación como las anteriormente mencionadas, ellos también actuarían de la misma forma. Aquí termina la parte de Ciencias Sociales. Gracias.
What? You start? Oh my god. Okay. Hello, how are you, viewers? I hope you are well. Today, I think I have to explain to you about the mission of Claret, and I will show a timeline. I know that the subject is a key word, and the most likely thing is that in a month I will forget it, but I talk about it anyway. The question I think you are asking is what was Claret's mission? Well, here I to explain, my dear friends. Let us begin. Well, a brief explanation. Claret's mission is to invite people to think about the steps of Jesus, the preach of the gospel. They want to be disciples of Jesus Christ is the manner of Claret, longing to the world to become more and more like the kingdom of God. Sometimes interest about the Claretian missions in Madrid is that they established that one of their apostles' tasks in a deal with different cultures, religion, tradition, and shares of many. Now, we continue to the Claretians in Madrid timeline. Okay. In 1877, Claretians got established in Madrid, but not in a central place. Years later, in 1905, they started to build the new house of the Misioneros Claretianos in Buen Suceso Street on Madrid. 1 year later, the house was already finished and people could live on there. This happened in 1906. Time later, the first Claretian school was opened in 118 students cursing elementary and high school. This is in 1954. Time later, the school was explained in a lot of tiny new classrooms of the high grades. The school has over 2,500 students at that time. This success in 1968. Passing the years, in 1997, Floors 2 and 3 of the school are remodeled, also do office, libraries, etc. In the year 2009, projectors are installed in the classroom for the freestyle, making class easy. And finally, in the present, they still begin recognized by their mission at the school and the way they help others by religion. Okay, and with this we finish the broadcast of the social area. Please don't miss the next chapter of language. Thanks for watching. See you later.
Hello, this part of the document corresponds to the science subject. We are going to present some main features about the Spanish ecosystem, animals, plants, climate, etc. Then we are going to complement the document with our opinion about the importance of the ecosystem, while giving a complete research about the topic and highlighting the main points in the text. And finally, we will put in the bibliography of all the information we have taken from internet. Hope our presentation to be the greatest. Thank you. Atlantic forest. The Atlantic forest is one of the most biologically diverse forests. Fauna. Many fauna of the Atlantic forest are in danger of extinction. However, we hope to record that there are more than 2,000 different species in the animal kingdom, and due to their rich biodiversity, they continue to be one of the most valuable biomes. The fauna of the Atlantic forest in Spain is billbird, common hart, tapir, wine parrot, jaguar puma, ocelot, especially jealous dog or wild dog, green anaconda, and alligator. Flora. To understand some of the plants of the Atlantic forest, we will divide this species of tree into two main areas where this type of forest is found. 20% of the plants of the extinct Atlantic forest are in a critical state of recovery. Classification. We can classify its fauna by its main relation features, also by their behavior and environment they live in. So, following this pattern, these are their population classifications. Ocelot relative, billbird relative, harp gregoris, tapir gregoris, parrot relative, jaguar relative, puma relative, wild dog social, green anaconda relative, and alligator relative. Atlantic forest is one of the most biologically diverse forests. That is one of the most biologically abundant forests in the world. It is also Mata Atlantica and is made up of a series of unique forest-type ecosystems. This type of forests can be divided into Atlantic plain forest, typical Atlantic littoral forest of South America, and typical mid-Atlantic forest of Spain. Characteristic. The main characteristics of the Atlantic forest are: it maintains a mild temperature throughout the year, so the temperature will not be very low in winter and cold or less not very hot in summer. Rainfall in this biome is usually abundant. The type of soil in which the typical vegetation of the Atlantic forest grows is called brown soil, which is composed of soil very rich in organic matter. After the rainy seasons, a kind of soil called post-soil develops, characteristic of cold, damp soil.
Hello, now I'm going to talk about the typical food in Spain, in specific the serrano jam. I'm going to tell you the history of the serrano jam. So during the Middle Age and the modern age, pork has been consumed in abundance, but finally in the 19th and 20th century, Serrano jam has reached its splendor thanks to the development of the technique of preparing meat products. Current jam, especially Serrano jam, is part of the history of Spain and is one of the essential elements for its cultural context. I'm going to tell you a little summary about the nutritional information of this food. So Serrano jam provides 63% of protein and 37% of fat. And for every 100 grams, there are 200 calories. And Serrano jam has to pass through a large process of curation to can be eaten. And finally, our group opinion is that Serrano jam is healthy because it doesn't contain a lot of fat, and as everything, we recommend eat it in a moderate form to don't have issues with our health and live a healthy life.
Cuando me sentía perdida, llegaron unas tres niñas a cambiar el rumbo de vida vacío que yo tenía.
Su sonrisa es mi ánimo, aquí suele lealtad. Tenemos bonitos momentos y es mi amistad más real.
Pero son las reinas del drama, a veces irresponsables, obvio tienen sus defectos, no hay nadie que las aguante.
Son lindas y se preocupan, lo mejor que me ha pasado. No sabemos lo que viene, pero nadie puede juzgarlo.
Hello my friends, today I come to display my painting for the Transversal project. In my paint, I base myself on one of the most famous ecosystems in Spain, which are the high mountains. And then below we have our father Claret with a very recognized animal of the Spain, and that represents the country as such, which is the bull. This paint was my way of connect Claret with nature and the animal that most characterizes Spain.
This is my work of Spain, in which I include a very traditional flower from there and its the carnation. I put it a representative animal, that is the bull, a representative birds, a cathedral, and the father claret. I really like doing this work. I thought at first I did not have no idea how to do it. I hope you like it there, and I think that Spain has a great culture and history, besides that my school came from there.
Now I'm going to give you an explanation of my work. So I paint a landscape that is seen a lot around Spain with its rock formations, mountains, and also lakes or rivers. On the left side, we see a tree that is very typical of Spain and is called algarrobo. In what is the fauna, I made an Iberian wolf that is also very representative of this country. To represent the Claretians, I made two a San Antonio Maria Claret.
Now I'm going to explain what is the meaning behind this painting. This is composed by a chapel by two Claretian missionaries that are living from the chapel, a beautiful blue sky, colorful flowers, and surrounded by nature. With this painting, I tried to show you the Spanish culture on a colorful and artistic way, because the Spanish culture is so influenced by the Catholic religion. So, with this chapel, I'm showing you that the Catholic religion is so important for the Spanish people, and that also it represents Claret, his mission, and the things he liked to do when he was alive. And also the flowers, the bird, and everything that is come to the nature. I tried to represent the Spanish flora and fauna in a colorful way. I used many colors, so I tried it to look the most beautiful possible.